I'm making the favorite food of the 46 presidents of the United States of America. Beat election tension with food. Kicking off this series, we're starting with George Washington's hoe cakes. The first president, serving from 1789 to 1797, loved a breakfast dish called hoe cakes. I know what you're probably thinking, but that is not what it is. Also known as Johnny cakes, which are cornmeal pancakes that date back to the early Native Americans. The original ingredients are as basic as it gets: cornmeal, water, and salt. The recipe George Washington liked included eggs and yeast, and I'm using the recipe from the Mount Vernon website. Now everyone's probably wondering, why is it called hoe cakes? A popular story is that hoe cakes got its name from the enslaved peoples cooking them on field hoes, while other sources reference recipe books dating back to the 17th century which credited Native American influences. Hoe was also an old but obsolete term for griddle. For Johnny cakes, many historians believe they were actually called Shawnee cakes, but the English settlers mispronounced them as Johnny cakes. Regardless of the name, this humble dish carries deep roots and cultural significance in American history, from the First Nations indigenous peoples to the enslaved laborers. These days, variations and adaptations, most notably cornbread, are still regional favorites in the South. Now that they're done, I bet you're wondering what they taste like. The texture is fluffier than an arepa and has a slightly crispy exterior. It has a smoky fragrance with a mildly sweet and savory flavor, and honestly, I was expecting it to be pretty bland, but it was surprisingly tasty. George Washington liked his hoe cakes, quote, swimming in butter and honey. I'm a sucker for sweet and savory, and I love corn, so this was a thumbs up for me.